talk to you about a real life conflama. I know you're thinking, what is conflama? It's my word for convoluted confusion and drama. This is a situation, wow, how do I have this discussion? It's a situation when separated equal married. Now stay with me because there are extremely important lessons in what I have to tell you. I'm attorney Vernita Williams. I handle estate planning cases, probate cases, and every now and then I'll come across a classic, something that's really crazy, with a lot of life lessons for a lot of people. Let me tell you this real story. A lady came in to see me, young lady. She had been with this gentleman for quite a number of years. He was much older than her. They had lived together. He had had a stroke, so he was in a wheelchair. She was doing everything, cooking for him. She had to bathe him. She had to take care of him. He was a stroke victim. He could not speak very well, but he could understand when you spoke to him. Well, the two of them visited me. He said, I'd like to get a divorce because I want to marry her. Well, that sounded pretty simple, pretty reasonable. So I prepared the divorce papers. He had a wife living in South Florida. I served the papers, and after I served the papers, all hell broke loose. I received several telephone calls from the gentleman's two adult children. They said, my daddy don't want no divorce. So I met with the young man again. I met with the gentleman again. I said, your children say you don't want a divorce. They say they talk to you and you don't want a divorce. He said, yes, I want to get a divorce. I want to marry the one who's living with me. I said, okay, fine. Your divorce papers have been filed. Your South Florida wife has been served. Okay, so I set a hearing. We were going to go to a hearing. And because the man was so incapacitated, it appeared that they needed help. So I actually went to their residence to pick them up. He was in a wheelchair. The woman was going to have to wheel him out. She was going to have to put him in the car. So I said, okay, let me just help them out. Let me just pick them up. When I got there, the gentleman tugged on my sleeve. I said, okay, I'm not sure what he's saying. He tugged a second time. So I could sense he was trying to tell me something. So I said to the lady, I said, do you know what he's saying? She said, he's trying to tell you he has two wives. So I said, tell me more. What does it mean? She said, he has a wife in Georgia, the first wife, whom he's never divorced, and he has a wife here in South Florida, the second wife, whom he's never divorced. I breathed. I didn't know whether to cry or scream. I said, okay, you do realize if we go to the courthouse this morning and get a divorce, it means nothing. He has a wife in Georgia. He needs to divorce her as well. So as I explained that the man needed to divorce the Georgia woman and the Florida woman, everything was downhill. Everything just disintegrated right then and there. The man was tired. He was exasperated. He was sick. He was in a wheelchair. He didn't have much patience. He was frustrated to find out there was yet another divorce that he needed to do. So I explained to the lady, if you get a divorce in South Florida, it's not going to help you very much. If you do a last will and testament, which may be another option, so what? Because his adult daughters here in South Florida are going to fight you. They're going to say Dad does not have the mental capacity to do a last will and testament. And besides, he has 2 wives. The first wife is going to have spousal rights. So I don't know what a last will and testament will get you except for one big fight. So I said, okay, getting a divorce, number 1, that's not going to help. Last will and testament, number 2, that's not going to help you very much. I'm thinking of life insurance on him, but at this point, he's medically compromised. He's had a stroke. He can't walk. He can't talk. His vital organs are not functioning that well. He's an older man. You're not going to get a good life insurance policy without paying a whole lot of money. So option 3, not so good. So then I said, well, you have access to his retirement check. What you can do at this point is try to save as much of it as possible for yourself, for your future. That was the best I could say. But I looked at her. I looked at her in her eyes and I said, what are you going to do? She said, I love him. I ain't going nowhere. I was sick. What could I do? So if you are in a situation with an undefined or improperly defined relationship and you're strictly being led by your emotions, you need to run to a lawyer's office now and find out, what are your rights? What are your liabilities? What can you do? But I hope if you're listening to this, you don't find yourself in this situation. And if you do, I hope you haven't been in it so long that it's too late to have viable options. I'm attorney Vernita Williams. If you need additional information, such as a checklist of 25 things you can do to set your affairs in order, please visit my website. Also, on my website, you can find 25 estate planning tips to help you avoid legal nuisances and nightmares. Also, if you would like to give me a call with your questions, comments, or suggestions, the phone number is 786-831-9483. That's 786-831-9483. Thank you for listening.